I always thought the Grand Canyon would be a little grander than this. Oh. AllTrails, the world's #1 camping and backpacking navigational app, and it contains detailed information on over 400,000 trails across the globe. This information includes everything from trail length to elevation to community-curated photos, as well as reviews from fellow hikers. And the best part is that all of it is available 100% for free. So why would anybody want to pay $36 a year in order to have access to AllTrails Plus, which is the AllTrails premium subscription service? What kind of new features does this service have? Is it worth the 36 clams? This is what we're gonna find out today. The problem with the free version of AllTrails is the same problem that you're gonna run into with just about any navigational app, and that's that it relies on a little thing called the internet. And you don't get much internet when you're out in the middle of nowhere, which is where AllTrails Plus comes in. The big selling feature of AllTrails Plus is that they allow you to download interactive maps and use them even when you're off in the wilderness, far away from the nearest cell tower, completely out of service. This is obviously a game changer for new hikers who are concerned that they'll lose their way, and is something that experienced hikers have begun relying on as well, because you don't want to get turned around out there. It's easy to make a mistake on the trail, and this is a service that provides you a lot of additional security when you're out there, because you've got this interactive map that's loaded with features that's going to help you stay on the path. So numero uno, you get the downloadable maps. This is the big deal with AllTrails Plus. It is incredibly convenient to have that map with you when you're out there in the woods. No matter how good of a hiker you are, it is easy to make mistakes. It's easy to be distracted by a beautiful day. The birds are singing and you're not paying attention, and you come to an intersection that you didn't know was an intersection, and all of a sudden you're off down the wrong trail, heading into the wrong direction. It's something that happens to me, it happens to other people, and it could happen to you. The maps are very easy to download. All you do is search for the trail you're looking for, download the trail, and then you can access that trail in My Maps anytime you'd like. This next feature is my favorite feature. It is called the Wrong Turn Alert. What this does is it alerts you whenever you have strayed off of the path that you've committed to in your app. So if you come upon a trail intersection and you wander off down the wrong trail, it's gonna buzz and it's gonna let you know, hey, you're in the wrong spot and you're heading the wrong direction. So the app has us pointed in the right direction. Let's see what happens when we go the wrong direction. And there it is, my favorite feature. It is difficult to overstate just how important a feature like Wrong Turn is. I think that this is something that can be incredibly useful to any hiker, especially someone who is new. Maybe they're in a complicated trail system and they don't want to get turned around. It's a little bit of extra security, which is great, even if you're not actively using it, even if you never take a wrong turn. It's nice to have that additional bit of confidence, which is going to help you further enjoy your trip in the outdoors. Another cool feature is called Lifeline, and it's essentially a streamlined emergency contact system. You can share your planned route with multiple people who you have entered in as emergency contacts. And you can tell them, hey, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going to be. This is how difficult the trail is, and this is when I'm going to be back. And it's really good to be able to share that kind of information with people. You should be doing it regardless, but this just kind of streamlines the process and makes it very simple. Lifeline is really easy to set up. All you do is you click these 3 dots on your active map. You go to Lifeline, turn Lifeline on, and from there you can load in your safety contacts. You can upload several and just choose certain people to message. I'm going to choose my dad. Lifeline scheduled, you're all set. Okay. And at any point during your hike, you can go back to your Lifeline menu and choose Message Contact, where you can tell anyone who you've signed up as a Lifeline contact that everything's great, you're having a great time, you have slightly more urgent messages such as running a bit behind schedule, weather's not great, and then you have some additional messaging for when things go really bad, such as I'm hurt and can't continue, I'm lost, I'm in trouble, or you can send a custom message. And after your hike is over, you can click End Lifeline, and you can message them, all finished, made it back safely. Perfect. Another cool piece of functionality you're going to get with this app is the ability to view your map on your smartwatch, which is great because you won't have to take your phone out of your pocket every time you want to look at where you are. I would be using this, but unfortunately I don't own a smartwatch. Another thing I like is the addition of the advanced map details. And these are filters which you can add over the top of your downloaded map, which will tell you things like air quality. What's the air quality going to be like? My favorite here is light pollution. If you've ever been out trying to see a meteor shower or the Milky Way, this will help you determine whether or not the area you're planning to go to is going to be good for that. It's also got a filter for pollen, if you're an allergy boy like me. And the best one is the heat map, which is going to show you population densities out on the trail. Something else that this comes with are over 200 guides, which is something that you can access from the desktop site. A guide is a collection curated by AllTrails of interesting trails, beautiful scenic views, which is something that's really going to help you plan a trip and get the most out of it, especially if you're going with friends. One of the least exciting options is the ability to print a map in PDF. We're living in the future now. And finally, you also get the ability to sort trails by distance. I put this at the very bottom because I don't think this is a very great feature because I can do this on Craigslist. So I feel like I should be able to do this on the main AllTrails. It just seems kind of frustrating that I can't, because sometimes I just want to go to the nearest hiking trail. So what are the benefits of having an app like AllTrails Plus? I think the most obvious benefit is safety, whether it's just you going on a trip or maybe you're going out with friends and you want to share the details. It's just a good way to get organized before a trip, because trip planning, it always takes longer than you think it should. And it's always frustrating. Getting out there is what you want to do, and this gets you out there faster. And that is a good thing. And finally, you just get a lot more confidence when you're out there and you know that you've got the trail in your pocket and your phone is going to let you know if you stray off of it. I think being out in the woods, especially for a first timer, is a little intimidating. And to have that extra confidence means that that person is just going to enjoy the trip that much more. So I think that confidence alone is well worth the price. There can be no good without a little bit of bad. So there's definitely some cons to this app. You have to do some sifting when you're looking through the user-generated information. I found that the app itself tends to be pretty accurate, but when you're looking through trail reviews and comments made by other hikers, you can't exactly take what they say at face value. For example, someone might say, this is an easy trail, and they're someone who hiked Mount Kilimanjaro blindfolded. So their definition of easy is going to be different than somebody else's definition of easy, and the exact opposite might also apply, where someone says, hey, this is a really tough trail, and you go out there wanting a challenge, only to find that it is not a tough trail at all. Another con, and I have to say this isn't the app's fault, but would be over-reliance. Because technology is great, it's wonderful, and I'm glad we have these things around because they definitely do help keep us safe on the trail. However, this can get wet and break. You can drop it on a rock and break it. You can lose it. Don't over-rely on the technology. Use it for what it is. It's an incredible benefit, an incredible addition to your trip, but don't make it the only map that you're carrying. I'm still a big fan of carrying a paper map no matter what. So don't get fooled into thinking that just because you've got this app, nothing bad can happen, because it can. It shouldn't, but it can. So final thoughts, do I recommend this app? Absolutely. The safety features alone are enough for me to give this a strong recommendation. I think that just having that additional confidence when you're out on the trail, whether you're a beginner or you're advanced, is enough to really give you more enjoyment when you're out there in nature. And at the end of the day, that's what it's really all about. Getting out, being safe, and enjoying yourself. And if this technology helps you do that, then by all means go for it. Outside of that, the additional features such as the heat map, light pollution, foot traffic, as well as the curated guides make this app that much more appealing. So hiking is an activity for everybody. And whenever a tool like this comes along that's affordable and can help get people out there safely, then I'm all for it. So get out there, be safe, don't get lost, and enjoy your time in nature, treat it well, and treat each other well. Bye.